Well, Ann joins us now, Ann DeSantis, and she's the director of the Saint Raymond Nonnatus Foundation, which exists to bring spiritual accompaniment to families in crisis. Ann, thank you so much for being with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on your show today.
Well, hey, we're thrilled to have you. Anytime someone from the Philadelphia area is on, that's good for us. We have some great people who watch us out in that area, so glad you could be with us. Well, tell us a bit about the foundation and your saint.
Yes. So the Saint Raymond Nonnatus Foundation was founded in 2015 by a religious order, the Mercedarian Order, which is headquartered in Philadelphia. And the friars attended the World Meeting of Families, which I'm sure you both remember back when Pope Francis came to the United States. And after he came, they sort of prayed about how can we make better outreach to families? And so they decided to start a nonprofit, a 501c3 called the Saint Raymond Nonnatus Foundation, and it's for freedom, family, and faith. And the whole idea of our foundation is making that pastoral outreach, the spiritual outreach to those families who are in crisis. And the initial mission of the foundation, since we started in 2015, was to families who are affected by divorce and separation. There's so many of them, not only within the Catholic Church, of course, outside of the church too, all over, and making that outreach to let them know that the church is here for them. And so we exist to bring prayer, pastoral outreach. We offer podcast videos and programs. And if somebody's watching right now, they can check out our website at nonnatus.org and just learn about us, learn about our saint. We were founded in the year 1218. And our saint is the patron of Christian families, of expectant women, and also of those who are falsely accused too. And so we have some more information on our website about our saint, Saint Raymond Nonnatus.
If you could talk a little bit more about accompanying families in crisis, and maybe talk about the importance of having a Catholic presence to help people during times of struggle in their family lives.
Well, thank you. And of course, we all know that last year was a difficult year, and we helped so many people and got a lot of contact through our email, through our website, and setting up those appointments with our Mercedarian friars, the religious order that we represent. And for people watching, check it out. If you've never heard of the Mercedarian friars, their website is orderofmercy.org. And the fourth vow of our charism is the willingness to give our lives for those in danger of losing their faith. And of course, when we go through a really challenging year like 2020 and all of the crises that families can go through, we want to be there for them because the church cares. And as Pope Francis has said, the church is a field hospital. We want to be that field hospital, being able to make that outreach to them for whatever those challenges and those adversities that they're going through are.
And could you give us an example of what some of those crises might be for our viewers at home?
Yeah, so as I said, when the foundation was brought into existence as a 501c3 nonprofit organization headquartered in Philadelphia, the friars decided, the Mercedarian friars, who of course that's who I work for and who I represent, wanted to make that outreach to families affected by divorce and separation. And there's, as I said, there's so much of that. We've done support groups for them, podcasts, individual pastoral accompaniment sessions. They're all free. Everything we do is free as well. Of course, since we're a 501c3, we just ask for people's prayers. And also if they wish to, support us in some way, just check out the work that we're doing.
Now, you've also written a book about caring for those on the margins. Tell us about the book.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I decided to write a book. It's called Love and Care for the Marginalized. It's 40 meditations, spiritual outreach reflections for Catholics. It was published through Charis Publishing. And if anyone is watching right now and would like to learn more about the book, you can either go to charispublishing.com or even my website, it's anndesantis.com. But the book basically is 40 meditations. They're quotes, reflections, prayers, and call to action to help to make outreach to the marginalized. And we all know people who are marginalized. And when we think of marginalized, a lot of times we think of the homeless or someone who's been rejected for some reason in society. But a lot of times there are also people that we know. There are people that we are live in the same neighborhoods with, people that we go to church with, people that we work with. There are even people that are on our Zoom calls sometimes. You know, there's quiet people that don't say too much. So that's what my book is about. That's who my book is for. And so I just invite people to, learn more about it by going to my website.
I love that you say that, because a lot of times we walk through our towns, we live in our towns, and we have these friends and these families we know, but we really don't always know the difficult challenges that they have in their own homes. So I'm glad you said that. In your work, I'm sure it can be very rewarding, but I'm sure you also have difficult moments because of the challenging situations you see. Why do you do it?
Well, the reason I do it is I myself have experienced that. All of us have times in our lives, you have like a difficult year or something. And for me, that year was back in 2009 when my family went through a little crisis. My daughter was going through a hard time, and I found myself suffering too. And sometimes you don't always want to share everything with the people that you know, the people at church, and even your extended family members. And so I think in that time of my life that God enlightened me to what it feels like to feel kind of alone. Now, I know I wasn't alone in the end, right? Because God is always with us, and through our faith, through prayer, through the sacraments of the church, and just through, knowing that the Lord cares about us, and He doesn't give up on us ever. But it taught me a lot about what it feels like. And I think that's why God brought that situation into my own life, because now I can minister to other people in a better way, because I remember what it felt like to go through a really challenging time.
We're out of time, ma'am, but that's okay. It's live. We can do whatever we want to do. I'm going to ask you one more question, because I'm really interested about this. Do you find that a lot of people, and you hit upon this a little bit, they feel that this situation is unique and that they are alone, and yet they don't realize that a lot of other people are experiencing the same type of thing, but don't want to share it, and maybe they should?
Well, you're right. And I think the best thing that we can all do, is be a better listener. That's really what people want. They want active listening. And I just want to invite your audience that if you don't know about what it means to be an active listener, just research it, learn about it. And what it really means is that allowing somebody to give them that time to tell their story. We don't need to fix it. We don't need to tell them what to do. We don't need to tell them what direction to go in their lives. We just need to listen and be there and let them know that they have support, and pray for them. Of course, we need to pray for them. And you can gently point people into the right direction. But a lot of times people just want to be heard. And I think that makes a big difference for people who are suffering.
And could you just, again, tell us your personal website where people can find out about you, and also the foundation's website where people can get more information about the great work they're doing?
Well, that means so much. And I want to put the foundation first, because to be honest with you, that is really my own life mission too, that I'm representing this beautiful religious order, the Mercedarian order. And our website is nonnatus.org. If anybody's watching as well and they're considering a vocation to the religious life, check out orderofmercy.org and learn about the Mercedarian friars. And my personal website is DeSantis.com, where you can learn about my ministry and all the other things that I do, including my writing. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
Ann, it's been a pleasure. You stay safe now.
You too. God bless.
Thank you.